Hello all my lovely students and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to have an English test to test your English, to know what your level of English is. In order to learn English better, when you know what your level of English is, you can choose better materials, courses, and you know at which point you're standing in English and where you're going. So today we're going to focus on a vocabulary test that you're going to be taking. This vocabulary test will start from the beginner level, then it moves all the way to the intermediate level, then it proceeds to the advanced level, and finally it gets to the fluent level, which is the best level of this test. So we're going to be focusing on this vocabulary test. I will be providing you with some questions. You will have 5 to 10 seconds to respond to each and every single one of the questions. Then I'll be announcing the correct answer. Then you can gather all your points and see whether you are at the beginner level or the intermediate level, the advanced level, or the fluent level. Are you ready for the test? Let's get started. First, we start with the beginner level. What is the opposite of the word generous? Now you have a couple of seconds to choose the correct answer. The correct answer is choice A, stingy. When someone is not generous, they're stingy. They don't spend a lot of money, or they would rather save all their money and not spend any amount of it. So when someone is not generous, they're stingy. The opposite of the word generous is stingy. So the correct answer is choice A. Now let's move to the second question. Which of these is a type of beverage? The correct answer is A. Coffee is a type of beverage, a type of drink. Now let's proceed to the next question. Which word describes something extremely dirty? The correct answer is choice A, filthy. When something is filthy, it is extremely dirty. It is very untidy. It is extremely dirty. So the correct answer is choice A, filthy. Now let's proceed to the next question. What does the word lend mean? You got a couple of seconds to answer the question. The correct answer is choice A, to give something temporarily. When you lend something, you give something to someone temporarily, and they're supposed to give it back to you. Did you choose the correct answer, or did you choose the wrong one? Most students mistake lend for borrow and borrow for lend. I mean, they use borrow mistakenly in place of lend, and they use lend mistakenly in place of borrow. So make sure that you use the correct word. When you lend something, you give something to someone temporarily, and when you borrow something, you ask someone for something temporarily, or you want someone to give you something temporarily, then you will give it back to them. So keep the difference between lend and borrow in mind, and make sure that you know the difference between these two words. Now let's move to the next question. What does pardon me mean? You have a couple of seconds to respond. The correct answer is C. Pardon me means excuse me. We use this when we want to make a polite request, or when we want to say something to someone politely and respectfully. So pardon me means excuse me. The correct answer is C. Alright, that was all about our English test of the beginner level. Now we gotta proceed to the next level, which is the intermediate level. We start with the first question. What is a synonym for frightened? What is another way of saying someone is frightened? In other words, what is a synonym for frightened? You have a couple of seconds to respond. The correct answer is A, terrified. When someone is terrified, they're scared. They are frightened. So another way of saying someone is frightened is by saying they're terrified. The correct answer is choice A. Let's get to the next question. What does call off mean? Call off is a phrasal verb, right? What does call off mean? Answer the question. The correct answer is A. To call something off means to cancel something. So one way of saying that you cancel something is by calling something off. For example, I called off the meeting, which means I canceled the meeting. Now let's get to some questions about idioms by asking you questions about English idioms. What does sit on the fence mean? What does sit on the fence mean? That's right. The correct answer is A, to stay neutral, to be neutral. When you sit on the fence, you do not express your opinion on a certain topic, on a certain subject. You try to take neither side of the argument, neither side of the debate or dispute. You try to avoid expressing your opinion on something, so you stay neutral when you sit on the fence. So the answer is choice A. The correct answer is A. Now have a look at this sentence. Which word do you think fits? He has a or an talent for music. He has a or an talent for music. Correct. The answer is choice A. He has an innate talent for music. An innate talent is something that is inside you, is something that is within you. So something that is innate is something that is inside you, something that comes from inside. It's something that you were born with. So he has an innate talent for music. Now complete this sentence. I'll have to my plans if it keeps raining. Find the correct answer. The correct answer is choice C, the word alter. I have to alter my plans if it keeps raining. To alter something means to change something. So the correct answer is choice C, the word alter. And that was all about the intermediate level test. Now we move to our English test of the advanced level. Make sure you answer these questions correctly to show that you have an advanced level of English. If you cannot find the correct answers, or if you cannot answer the questions correctly, or if you feel confused, that's completely alright. This is just an English test. You will learn down the road. You will improve your English down the road as you keep watching my videos. So let's start the advanced level test, starting the first question. What does oblivious mean? What does the word oblivious mean? The correct answer is choice B, the word unaware. Oblivious means unaware. Oblivious refers to someone or something that forgets things, or is not aware of things, or keeps forgetting things. So the correct answer is choice B, unaware. Now we get to the next question. What does the tip of the iceberg mean? What does the tip of the iceberg mean? The correct answer is choice D. Only a small part of a larger problem. The tip of the iceberg refers to a very small part of a larger problem. So the correct answer is choice D. Only a small part of a larger problem. The tip of the iceberg. Now we get to the next question. What does the word lucid mean in this sentence? The professor explained the concept in a lucid way. The correct answer is choice C. Lucid means clear. When something is lucid, it is clear, tangible, understandable, transparent, and vivid. So the word lucid refers to something that is clear. So lucid means clear. The correct answer is choice C. Lucid. Here we have the next question. What does carry out mean in this sentence? The scientists carried out the experiment. The correct answer is choice A. To carry something out means to perform something, to conduct something. So when you carry something out, you perform or conduct something. The correct answer is choice A. The scientists carried out the experiment, which means the scientists performed or conducted the experiment. Now let's get to the next question. What does throw caution to the wind mean? That's right. The correct answer is choice B, to take a big risk. When you throw caution to the wind, you take a big risk. So to throw caution to the wind means to take a big risk. The correct answer is choice B. And now we get to the Fluent Level vocabulary test, the final level of our today's vocabulary test, the Fluent Level. Answer these questions. If you can answer these questions correctly, that means you can speak English at the Fluent Level, or your English is the Fluent Level. Starting with the first question. What does the word mitigate mean? Yes, the correct answer is choice C. To lessen the impact of something, to reduce or decrease the impact of something. So the correct answer is choice C. To mitigate something means to lessen or decrease the impact of something, the negative impacts of something. Choice C. The next question. What does jump on the bandwagon mean? Jump on the bandwagon. What does jump on the bandwagon mean? Totally right. The correct answer is choice D. To jump on the bandwagon means to join others in doing something popular. So when you jump on the bandwagon, you join others, other people, your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, your co-workers, your family members. You join others in doing something popular. That's the meaning of jump on the bandwagon. What does the word pernicious mean? What does the word pernicious mean? Totally right. The correct answer is choice B, harmful. Something that is pernicious is harmful. So the correct answer is choice B. Now we proceed to the next question. What does pay lip service mean? Pay lip service. What does pay lip service mean? That is right. The correct answer is choice A. When you pay lip service to someone, you say something to someone without meaning it seriously. So to pay lip service means to say something without meaning it. To pay lip service to someone means that you say to someone that you will do something, but you will not do what you have told them that you will do. You will not keep your promises. You will not do what you have promised that you will do. So that's the meaning of pay lip service to someone, to provide someone with oral support, but not with practical support. To say that you will do something for someone, but to do nothing in practice. To say something without meaning it. That's the meaning of pay lip service. And we get to the last question of today's test, the 20th question. What does ubiquitous mean in this sentence? Smartphones have become ubiquitous in modern life. Did you choose the correct answer? The correct answer is choice C. Something that is ubiquitous is present everywhere. It can be found everywhere. It can be seen everywhere. Wherever you go, you can see it. So ubiquitous means present everywhere. Something that can be seen, found, or is present everywhere. Ubiquitous. Did you choose the correct answer? The correct answer was choice C. And that's about all, guys. That was all about our today's test. Now let's see what you've done. Let's see how many questions you've answered correctly. If you've answered between 1 to 6 questions of this test correctly, that means your level of English is the beginner. That means you're at the beginner level of English. So you need to start learning English seriously and keep practicing hard. You need to start learning English seriously and take English more seriously. But that's all right, that's fine. We all start from nothing. I started learning English myself from nothing. English is not my first language, it's the second language I'm speaking, and I started from scratch, from nothing. I was next to nothing when I started learning English, and you can too. But just to start, put a lot of energy into doing it. If you've answered between 6 to 10 questions correctly, that means your level of English falls into the category of the intermediate level. So between 6 to 10 questions out of this total test correctly means your level is intermediate. And that's all right. Keep practicing, keep moving forward, keep going, and keep improving your English. But if you have answered between 11 to 15 questions correctly out of the 20 questions of this test, that means your level of English falls into the category of advanced. Your level of English is advanced. But that doesn't mean that you have learned English completely. There are still thousands of things that you need to learn. So just keep moving forward, keep learning more words, more idioms, more grammatical points and rules to perfect your English. And make sure that you can speak English like a native. And finally, if you have answered between 16 to 20 questions of this test correctly out of all the 20 questions, that means your level of English falls into the category of the fluent level. That means you're a fluent speaker of English. Your English is fluent, but there are still things that we need to learn. Even I, as an English teacher, need to learn things. Just because your level of English is advanced or fluent, it doesn't mean that you no longer need to study English. You no longer need to learn words and idioms and collocations and grammar rules. No, that's not the end. There's no end to learning English. Learning English knows no bounds. Learning English is some sort of life that you have to live during your life. So does your life stop at a certain point? For example, when you live to the age of 30, is that the end? No. 40, is that the end? No. And that is exactly what happens when you start learning English. And that's about all, guys. Now I want you to tell me what your level of English is according to the test and according to the number of questions that you answered correctly. Comment your level down below and tell me what you think of the test and what you think of your level and what you can do to take your English to the next level. That's about all. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like this video in support of this channel, in support of your YouTube English teacher. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and don't forget to leave your level of English according to the test results down below. I'll be back soon.